Hello, my name is Fahrul Wibowo. Due to the assignment for a final examination, I would like to do a presentation about short story analysis of Icarus and Daedalus by Josephine Preston Peabody. In this analysis, I would like to talk about narrative elements, but I'm not gonna tell all of the 5 narrative elements. I'm gonna tell you some of them. First, we have a character. There are 3 main characters of this short story. We have King Minos of Crete. He once built for King Minos of Crete a wonderful labyrinth of winding ways so cunningly tangled up and twisted around. And then we have Daedalus. Among all those mortals who grew so wise that they learned the secret of the gods, none was more cunning than Daedalus. Daedalus is the father of Icarus. They are totally the main character of this story. And then we have Icarus, the Daedalus' son. He thought of a plan for himself and his young son Icarus, who was captive with him. And then we have themes, pride and punishment. When they were high above the treetops to give for a vision of the gods, Apollo perhaps would covet after him. Pride and punishment. Back in the day, the gods didn't like it when human tries to act like them by overcoming their mortal limits. In ancient Greek culture, acting like a god was called hubris, and it was often severely punished. Flying through the air definitely constituted hubris, since flight was supposed to be a strictly godly activity. Watching from the ground, several plowmen even mistake Daedalus and Icarus for gods, since mortal had never before achieved flight. And then technology. Daedalus loves to invest things. Little by little, he gathered a store of feathers, great and small. He fastened these together with thread, molded them in with wax, and so fashioned 2 great wings like those of birds. From this quotation, we could understand that they have some of the technology by gathering the feathers from the bird, and then they mold it in the wax so they could make wings. And then we have settings. This part of setting, I will only talk about the setting of place only, because I think that's the necessary one. The first setting of place is tower. But the king's favor varied with the wind, and one day he had his master architect imprisoned in a tower. Tower is where Daedalus and his son Icarus were imprisoned, and the tower is the location where them is making their own wings. And then the next setting of place is the sky. He stretched out his arms to the sky and made towards the highest heavens. Of course, there are the setting of places sky because they were jump from the tower with their wings so they could fly. Of course, the skies. And then we have moral message. Obey the elders and pay attention, for they're aware. As the Daedalus told his son that never to fly very low or very high, for the fogs above the earth will weigh you down, but the blaze of the sun will surely melt your feathers apart if you go too near. That is what Daedalus said to his son Icarus. I think that's all that I can tell you about my short story analysis. If you have any question, please let me know by adding it to the comments below. Thank you.